What up, YouTube? How's it going? Topwick back over here looking for 21175. That's our retest area. Man, what a freaking morning. Another Topwick here coming over. 182. If they give this out, then 100 is going to be it. So this tariff news is it's got to throwing water on a lot of moves. And I told you that under the 61.15 to the 60.25, there we go, red candles, is the area where the sellers are going to defend everything. And of course, we saw it today. We got up to 60.10 or so and then dumped it. But that 61.5, 62.5 is the only time that you need to start thinking about, all right, we are going to launch. That we are going to launch. Other than that, the sellers are still in control. This is why I pinged y'all this morning. You need to be doing your due diligence. When we have volatile moves and things change so quickly, you've got to get in the seat and you've got to do your due diligence and do your analysis because the bears are still very much in control. And the layman or the average retail trader on Twitter is looking at these recoveries and thinking, oh, we're going to fly, baby, buy the dip. Let's go, YOLO. I need to pay for my next perm. I need to, push grandma out of the seat so I can get the same haircut she does. Or the llama, whichever. Instead, we're seeing distribution. We're seeing them sell everything, sell every top wick. They're unable to reclaim higher macro prices. The sellers still remain viscerally in charge. And now, after this move, if they break 59.78, we're looking for yesterday's lows. Still gone off. 21.173. Perm life. For real, for real. Here comes the breakage of ES. After that, we're going down to 59.60. Not the perms. Don't perm me, bro. Don't perm me. Here we go. If this breaks, I'm looking for the macro of 0.63. Oh, yeah. By the way, speaking of macros, who caught it this morning? Who caught it this morning? One of y'all better have caught it. You'll pay good money for that. Alrighty. Still dropping back over. Do you see the POC on the 15-minute for ES? Right here. What's up, Iron Will? How's it going? Do you have any other videos identifying macros? My levels are getting better the more I read through VPA, but curious if you do something different for your macros. No, I mean, my theory for creating macros has been pretty much the same for a couple of years now. The volume price analysis and the volume profile have done a great job on really fine-tuning that stuff. Look, we're still dropping here. But when we can, obviously I can create more stuff to kind of fine-tune things and kind of get a little bit more accurate on there. Of course, we could talk about it here, but yeah, We're right now at the lower 15-minute volume area, and we are just absolutely smoking it. Smoking it. And now we're dropping on down again, 21,060. What a fantastic morning. This is straight down. Straight down. Smoking it. 21,120 down to 21,000. No buyers. Do not buy anything until we have the VPA signal, which will happen twice. Remember, any VPA signal to move like this, you need to see 2 bounces, not 1. So don't catch the bottom. All the way down. All the way down. Now we're looking for 21,000. Let's go, baby. Let's go. What's up, fellas? What's up, Salim? How's it going? Right off the macro, too. What an absolute unit of a level. Macro ES1. What's up, Lib? Still going. 59.64 all the way down. Let's go. 21,000. Once we took out the 21,170, it's all she wrote. Down, down, down. Yesterday I was at the get to buy the dippers. They're going down. There's the dealer should sell higher. Let's go. 21,075. Holy smokerinos, it's still going. All right, roll the stops again. I'm up another 110 points on another entry. 113. Now we're still going. This is straight on evisceration. This is insane. Absolutely insane. Again, so what did I tell y'all, man? Unable to accept higher prices, down she goes. We're looking for 59.45 ES NASDAQ. Nope, don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Bring that back. There we go. We're coming up on macro, which will be a 3-time test of 21,000. 3 times. If that gives out, we're going downtown, baby. Missed my move for 21,300. Downtown. Tariff's too hard to calculate. What are you talking about? Starbucks cutting jobs? Good. Starbucks is worse than Dunkin' Donuts. You ever had just Starbucks coffee without all the fancy sugar crap in it? Tasted like you washed your dog in the bathtub and used the bath water to create and to brew your coffee. Dark Medica. I usually don't trip my auto lockout, but I did today. Nice soda, Sopa. Fantastic. Come on, baby. Let's go. 21,045 and dropping. All the way down again. All the way down again. I'm not missing this one, baby. All the way down. New low of the day. We're coming on to weekly low. If we give out weekly low, we're pulling the ripcord. Actually, we're not pulling the ripcord because that would mean you would slow down your descent. We're just going to turn into a missile and go faster. 21,000 right here. Still going. All the way down. Oh, wait a second. I got to go ban someone from Reddit. They're posting crap. Here we go. 21,000. Let's go. Let's go. Holy crap. I don't know what to make of this. This is absurd. Look at the daily chart now. Go look at the daily chart and what's grinding here. $21,010 right there. Oh, man. Man, what a stress-free move. This is just straight down. No buying. If you're not shorting, for the love of Jesus, do not buy. Funny enough, the guy that painted my house is named Jesus. All the way down. No buying. Do not front run a buy here. This could be capitulaciones here. We're about to take out the weekly low and... Come on, baby. Give me the weekly low. Give it to me, baby. I think that did it. I think that did it. No, not yet. A couple more points. All the way down. All the way down. Straight down. This is like June of 22, baby. I love it. That was a fine year. I wish I had some wine that was made in June of 22. Still going. All right, we just ate that last level right there at 21,000. Roll the stops. Manos Erebus. Manos Erebus. What's up, Zulus? How you doing, John? How you doing? Let's go, baby. The thesis this week has been on freaking point. On freaking point. The whole weekly brief, man, is wrapped in gold strings. All the way down. And it's helped me, that strategy this week has helped me capitalize on these moves. Helped us capitalize on these moves. All the way down. 21,010. And once we take out this level, we're going to shift. We have 4,700 CVD negative and still going. 20,984 new weekly low. Roll the stops, baby. This is all the way down. 180 points per contract again after already doing 130 this morning. 200 points a contract on NASDAQ. That's it. Game over, baby. Let's go. Roll the stops. I almost caught every single point of this move. Let's go. 20,940 in dropping. Absolutely phenomenal. Zero stress on this move. Not a single bounce have they been able to hold on this move. Roll the stop down. Holy smokerinos. Next up, I have to zoom back out. We've got 20,945, which just breached. Next up is going to be 768, which is another 200 points down. If they get it. I don't want to get that crazy. That's stretching it a little bit. That's stretching it a little bit. But that is the next target macro scale. So, yeah. Let's go, baby. Let's go. 246 points a contract. Wow. And we're still going. And we're still going. This is capitulation, people. Capitulation right here. We're down 400 points in 30 minutes on NASDAQ. Just roll the stops. Do not buy. They are institutional selling here. Look at the volume. Highest volume in weeks. The highest volume, selling volume in weeks. And it's increasing the whole time until we hit the next support of 785 here. So just roll the stops and see how much you can get of this. Do not buy until we have the signal to buy the dip. It may come today. Heck, they may hammer the crap out of it today. I don't know. But not yet. Not until you get the sign. Not yet. I know we don't worry about moving averages, but NVIDIA's on the 200. What time scale is it on the 200? The daily? 300% I'm out. Nice beef tin. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Wow. 10 a.m. reversal? It's possible, but we have to see the sign. Right now, we just breached through 21,000, negative 5,500 on a fantastic move lower. Fantastic move lower. New weekly low, too. So everything fits right inside the thesis. That's a triple failure on 21,000. We breached that. SPX, looking at that main target, is dropping below 15,950, which is their next leg. And they're now at 59.30. So all signs point to 5,800 here with this move lower as long as they close it down. If they have some sort of a recovery day, then yeah, we'll play that too. 500 contract. Nice, Salim. Well done, buddy. Well done. Crushed my prop firm daily goal today. Wish I had a personal account to do that on. Heck yeah, baby. Nice done, Ash. Nice done. YOLO it on 0 DTEs. 4x my daily goal. Nice, Mojo. Take your family out to a nice dinner this weekend. Heck yeah, man. Just kidding. This week I'm running trim and Ethernet cables, baby. Or setting them up at least. It's going to be a fun weekend. Might go to Home Depot, Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't know if we'll have enough time. 391 on 5 MNQs. That is a heck of a trade right there, man. Heck of a trade. How's the hand? I want to cut it off at this point. I haven't gotten a decent night's sleep in weeks. But I can't go have surgery on it yet to fix it because I've got too much to do. Plus, we're going skiing in 2 weeks. Once I finish the house, then I'll probably just get it fixed. But maybe you can forward the DoorDash markup if you're too busy. I will never pay for DoorDash, just out of principle. Out of principle, I can't do that. All right, so there's our first bottom wick. Where am I going skiing? Vail, Colorado. 2 weeks. What happened in your hand? Back in September, I fell off a ladder, and I broke the fall on the ground with my hand. And I thought it was all right, but I guess I kind of jammed it or did something to it. But now the nerve in my hand is like, I guess, triggered. And it's like terrible sciatic pain just from the wrist up into your fingers. And it wakes me up every night. Like every 30 minutes I'm waking up. It's terrible. A little bit of numbness. It's all right. God bless me with a second hand. I'm good. I've got a spare. Costco has Uber Eats card at 25% off, 50% markup. Nice. Executing at the live edge of the market is the hardest. Thanks to you. Appreciate it, AR. Yeah, that was fun, man. So now you're recommending amputation? Yes. The Air Force didn't teach you how to break the fall. No, I mean, they teach me how to deal with carpal tunnel from sitting at the desk all day, but I guess that might apply. That's where the Metallica dudes, really? They live in Vail? I didn't know that. I haven't seen them yet. I guess when you love skiing, really, and skiing is life, nothing else matters. Where do you stay in Vail? We stay just outside. What's that place? Avon? We stay just outside of Vail, and we just drive in, and I pay the $20 a day for parking. Paying the $20 is a day is well worth it, and not having to take the 45-minute bus rides or deal with all the traffic or, you know, pay $10,000 a night. Did crash for the Metallica pun? Love it. So I'm waiting for the second bounce at the same level. So that was a bottom wick right there. I would like for it to sell back off and then retest 20,900 and then bounce again. Then it'll be time to play the bounce, in my opinion. That's why I'm very patient on playing bounces. Are you planning to buy your own small flying toy with all the toys you flew in your service? I am. Eventually I'll buy one. I want to buy a tail dragger, especially for my property. I can carve out a good 1,500-foot runway. I like to buy a little tail dragger. I don't really want to buy a Cessna, you know. I wouldn't want to buy a plane unless it's big enough where I could fly my family of 5 all over the country without going, 90 knots. and that requires like at least $500,000. And I'm not about to drop that kind of money on a plane because it's the upfront cost is the easy part. The maintenance on it is what gets you when you spend like 30 grand for a seatbelt. So unless I hit it big and made like $50 million one day, yeah, I won't buy anything except a tail dragger. Is life insurance difficult to get as your pilot of your own plane? Not if you're highly rated. I mean, it's expensive, but it's not like it's insane. That's the move for sure. One of my buddies has a condo, lives in the basement. B&B's the main upper level. Nice. Have I ever parachuted? No, but I want to. I've flown a lot of great planes, but I've never jumped out of one. Not even during training? Nope. Not even during training. They don't train for that. Not unless you're airborne. You want to go down to the 101st out of Fort Campbell, Kentucky. But I definitely want to do it one day. Top wicks here, 20,960. And I want to get for any bounces, I want to retest down to the 900 area on NASDAQ and 5930 on ES. But so far, honestly, if I don't take another trade today or tomorrow, I'm sitting pretty. I'm good to go. AirCav, that's right. Hey, TLG just went X Divvy. I just got the emails from IBKR. Your week must have been incredible. It has been a fantastic week. It has been an absolutely fantastic week. Now, like that's why yesterday ES sold off what 50 points yesterday. Didn't care. Didn't touch a trade. These mornings have been so awesome. Plus, it's made up for the past couple of weeks of boringness too, and subpar trading. It's not always like this, but this week has been awesome. There's that bottom wick again. How much delay is there on the YouTube stream? 3 to 4 seconds. Ish, depending on your connection, my connection, all that kind of stuff. The internet at the farmhouse we're moving into is going to be pretty phenomenal. I got the 2 gig speed internet, and it's every bit of it. So hopefully my connection will be as fast as possible. You're 50% on the count in 4 days. Nice, McGurky. Now that is a bottom wick right there on ES. Big time. Retest of overnight low. Love it. Love it. That's the conundrum I get into like that, because I don't like jumping back into a trade after I get out of such a profitable trade. But on a high quality setup like that, should I be trading it? Should I be taking it? I'm a very conservative player, man. Short puts 5975 under that. Yeah, buddy. Let's see. The put activity is actually quite anemic. I mean, it's 1 billion in puts, which is a lot, but I've seen much larger put activity on a smaller move. And that thing moved down. I mean, that was about an 80-point move. That was pretty good, but we only had 1 billion in puts. And they bounced right off of, you guessed it, the macro level. Holy smokeronies, that's amazing. Booyah. The way I think it, if you're a profitable algo, your past trade would not affect the next trade. So we see the net, why not? Yeah. Do I expect the market to fall more? Oh, I am still of the opinion the sellers are in control until I see the signs of a buying climax. When I see that, we'll start looking for up higher prices. Time to see how many people in Wall Street Bets blew their account on short DTE calls. Yeah. The way I think about it, if you were a profitable algo, your past trade would not affect the next trade. That's true. That's very true. Large green. During my stream hiatus, my chicken started laying eggs a month earlier than expected. Now we're up to 7 today. Nice. Very cool. Can't wait for that. Learning delta and gamma based on move option is something I want to learn more. Once I get settled time frame today, please help concept. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. How's Hero looking? Hero looks a little odd, all things considered. It's almost like I got my settings mixed up or something. They are selling a lot of puts, of which they didn't really have very many. And they are starting to buy some calls here, just minor calls, 370 million or so, so weak calls, but they're buying them. And we're just bouncing off this low area. You know, ES got down. ES did not take out their weekly low. They got close to it and they bounced. NASDAQ did, and they bounced down there. But if you look at all the value areas, I never respected all the volume profile value areas. Wow. $21.09. We bouncing because weekly home sales weak? No, it's bouncing into support. The higher the egg prices out there, the quicker the cost basis is settled. 100%, that's right. I heard Warren Buffett sold his SPY shares. I did hear that. Yeah, I don't know if it's true or not, but I did hear that. So, yeah. On such a large move down, of course, you can expect a little green move back up. And we're right back inside the high volume node here, but let's see where they're going to go. They're retesting the prior pivot at 59.78. 50% retracement, nice. I'm just taking a look at a couple of things on here. I'll answer some questions in a second. I want to make sure I'm gathering all the data I can here. I'm not missing anything for the next move here, because I think that we are coming up on a colossal move, not necessarily today, but in the coming weeks, months. I think March will be fantastic. More specifically, the end of March for moves. Question on gamma exposure. If there's a high, gamma exposure at 5,900 with huge volume on zeros, does that mean we're negative feedback looped? We should hit 5,900 today. It depends on how, one, they put on the position and how they manage the position. The management is a huge part that is the caveat to do an options chain analysis. It's one of the reasons I kind of shied away from tradie ticks and more towards spot gamma, because spot gamma talks about the dynamic nature of options, where you can have that big gamma, you can have the big exposure, but it can roll off dynamically in the middle of a move or during the day, and you'll forget to check it or update it, and you'll play towards a wrong target. So yeah, it does work that way, in the sense if you have a large gamma exposure, you're going to have that reoccurring attraction to that level. But then they can just roll it off or close the exposure or dynamically hedge it or whatever it is that you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So that's why no matter what happens, I'm always a VPA trader first. Everything else is just secondary, although very, very helpful. So especially on the 0DT scale, which is a new thing. That's a new phenomenon. Is a 0 DTEs, obviously on the S&P. Every day, at least. So we have to be more in tune with that stuff, the dynamic nature. Oh, man, what do we got? What do we got? Liquidity on Bookmap, right here. We have another 1,100 orders at 59.64 after not filling this down here at 59.40. Algos do things on its own with volume we can't imagine. I've been watching a lot of market maker and hedge fund videos. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and that's why you have to be able to be a macro analysis person, and of course do VPA stuff. You've got to be able to tell, all right, what are they trying to accomplish here? The only thing that the overall gist of what I try to tell you all every day is do not be reactive, in a sense. There are times you need to kind of react to what the market's doing on a macro scale, but if you don't know what to do, and then the market makes a move and then you react to it, that's what I'm trying to get you away from, because that's when you'll get smoked 9.9 times out of 10. If you try to chase a move and just react to it, you're going to get destroyed, especially on the short-term scale. You have a lot more wiggle room and a little more leeway the longer the time frame you get, but if you do that crap on the short time frame, you're going to get smoked. But look on the 15-minute, what's going on here? On the volume profile 15-minute, we are right smack dab in the thick of it. All the liquidity, the POC, 59.70-ish right here. So we're coming up to retest that. And the support resistance test is 5978 on ES. 5978 is the retest. If they recapture that, there's a pretty dang good probability we go back to high of the day. If we reject it, play back down to low of the day, 5978. I like listening to you when I'm in a trade. I'm less hesitant and more rational. Don't get in a trade on my part. Existing option orders and details. Where do you get? I get all that from the option chain itself and spot gamma. Man, this thing is going now. Look at that. We're already up 50 points. Killing it. I was thinking 59.80 close enough. Yeah, 100% close enough. That's all you need. We're right here on it. Just recaptured it too. Beautiful. Did I make the stream public? I think I made the stream public today accidentally. You get a free day today. There you go. ES is a lot more bullish relative to their range than NASDAQ here. NASDAQ has bounced, but ES is much further up on the Fibonacci than NASDAQ here. They've got their support resistance test is right now actually about 21,180. And they are launching, baby. Launching. Buy calls and sell puts. I mean, that's the play right now. They're definitely doing a strong recovery. I am not FOMOing one bit. I caught every penny of that down move. Most of it, not every penny, but about 80% of it. I am good. It's public. I was wondering if you're celebrating Great Week and giving us freebies. Yeah, it's a freebie, but I didn't mean to. So, but there you go. My loss is your gain. Now, everyone in public who hasn't really tuned in is going to think every day's like this. I wish. I wish. What a day. If every day, I mean, that's the beauty of the past 4 years, is that 2022, a lot of the days was like this. A whole bunch of days was like this. It was great. I love 2022. I remember I have a vivid memory of sitting at a Mexican restaurant with the wife, and the market started blasting at like 9 p.m., 8 p.m., something like that, and it was down, like just dropping like a rock, and we played every bit of it. And I was on my phone. I'm like, sorry, babe, and my phone's going off. Y'all are messaging me. My IBKR alerts are going off. It was great. The good old days. All right, I mean, look at these liquidity zones, man. Fantastic liquidity zones on Bookmap. So 59.92, 59.64. That's a 30-point range, and it looks very tight, but it's a large range here. We've got 1,200 orders up here, almost 1,600, and we've got we got 1,000 orders down here at 65. And look, they're rejecting this little zone right here. They went a bit higher than 78. They got it much higher actually to 90, but they're rejecting this zone. I'm sitting on the 15-minute. I haven't come off the 15-minute yet. Right here. Was Mrs. OM upset you made 50K sitting at dinner? No. She knows that when I'm getting excited and using my phone, because I'm not someone who likes to spend time on my phone. If I'm on my phone like that, then she knows it's for a good reason. Especially at dinner time. I've got a strict no phones at dinner rule for the kids and for us, especially when we're out to dinner. I'm not going to be one of those families they're all glued to their stupid phones while they're eating instead of spending time together. Top looking back down. Oh, man. 50% of today's range. Looking around here. Looking around. Top looking back over. Top looking back over there. It'd be nice if more people had that attitude. You know, I don't know. It's been eye-opening how fast my son's grown up. You know, he's almost 15 now. And, you know, people think that when you turn 18, the kid goes off and does its own. No. When the kid's like 14, 15, the kid goes off and does its own thing. No, he's busy, sports, friends, all that stuff. He's excited to get his car and drive. And how fast that time went from born to 14, 15. That time's going to, I've got 2 kids, 9 and 10-year-old remaining, and it's like I want to enjoy the rest of the time with them. And those phones are destroyers of worlds, man. Absolute toxic. Got to get them out. Hero indicator, 1 billion in calls, 373 million in puts. So they are definitely flowing into calls at the moment here. I'm not going to teach them how to drive on a manual transmission. Both of our kids did, and it really helps them from texting and driving. I hadn't really thought about it, honestly. I grew up, my first truck was a 1986 Ford Ranger 4-cylinder manual. And I love that truck. So I'd like him to get it. It'd be great. I would definitely be for it. 95 6-cylinder manual. Nice. We didn't allow our kids to have a cell phone until they had their driver's license. That's a great idea. Great idea. It didn't stop you. Once you shift, yeah. I try to put myself from their perspective, because I have the 90s perspective. I grew up where there was no such thing as cell phones. So that inherent addiction is not in there. Like, I could do away with it and be just fine. Whenever the day comes where it's time to shut down this server, I'm going to a old school flip phone. The only reason I even have a phone now is to communicate with you all in the community. But them, these kids grew up with that stuff. They don't know what life is like without social media and cell phones. So. Hey, my heart goes out to you, Dan. I learned the hardware. Car rental in Crete is very hilly. Oh, really? Yeah, especially a manual. Especially a manual on the hills. All right, they are top wicking the 5980 area. My wife doesn't know what his life is like without social media and cell phones. Got a young one, huh? Still trying to wrap my head around cell phones and kids, but I will say Xbox and connectivity saved my daughter during COVID, and all my neighbors went nuts. Yeah. I can't hate on video games too much because I had my share of fun playing Halo with the guys back in the day. When it first came out, late 90s, early 2000s. But there's definitely a time and a place. So they have taken off this right here and rolled it down, top looking back over, but right here. Hero indicator is 1 billion. Right there. Dropping. They also just rejected a trend line too, so they're right up against this area, but they're right on top of the 15-minute POC. So this is the main level. In fact, what I want to do here is show you this. I'm going to switch over the Discord stream, not the YouTube. You'll already get enough freebies. Let's see. All right. So the big thing to look at, this is a 15-minute. I've been on the 15-minute the entire morning. Haven't even come off of it. These are the macro levels end of the week. They've already paid the tier 2 people, so here you go. 6013 right here is the morning high. 5940 is the low. But look at this right here. You've got this volume profile node with the POC. Not only is it the POC, but it's the resistance support from this morning, and now they're rejecting that resistance right there. This is the support. This is my favorite VPA setup, the support resistance flip right here. And you see we have the volume profile, which is the little skinny red line right here. You've got this 5984 top wicks, and now we're dropping back over to 5940. So this is a great area to look for a support resistance flip with a lot of activity. A lot of buyers will be chasing this stuff to FOMO back up, but you've got to be privy to the information. 5985, 5980. I said what, 78. Callie said 5980, and then we just drop back over. Call of Duty MW2, nice. Gaming has pretty much become just another entertainment avenue like TV or movies. Some of the best stories are actually in gaming. Yeah. $59.62, $59.60. Does this make sense to you, that support resistance flip, especially you, ST? Do you understand that that concept? Just picked up the AR. The cop who gave it to me said he has burned up 2 of these over the 20 rounds with SWAT team member. Nice. Hey, speaking of which, do y'all see that Palmetto State's got a 223 pistol on sale for like $240? Be a fantastic truck gun. Keep it mounted right beside your driver's seat. OG, baby. Link? Let me see it. I saw it yesterday. Am I at least 18 years old? Yeah. Get out of here. Get out of here. Maybe it was yesterday's daily deal. Maybe they took it off. There it is. Nope, that's not it either. I guess they took it down. I mean, they still got some great deals, but the one specifically they took down. Anyway, this is apparently a daily deal. What's that? Heck yeah, man. Absolutely. Bottom wicking back up here. No additional trades for me so far. Does this give you a percentage range today? Any old range not indicated this week, low and high? How do you think it's going to be in the range? Morning high. I don't really know what you're asking. Try to clarify for me so I know what you're asking. It's the only. Yeah, that's their cover their butt though, McGurky. That's their cover the butt. Let's see. Hero is still buying calls, 1.1 billion in calls, and they're not really too active on the puts right now. So they've rejected the support resistance flip to the tune of about 20 points or so, and then buying it back up. Crazy stuff. Your top and bottom red line are for today, but this, as we have seen, getting dropped or V. How does this range help us? Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. The red lines now, that is not the morning range. That is my weekly macro levels. So that's why I was showing you how well they work. So this MS1 6014, these are the levels I post Sunday night for the tier 2 people. And you can play off of them. This is pretty consistent to how accurate they are. The morning range is something different. That is the morning high and the morning low set on the first hour of the day. So in this case, right there, right there. That's the morning high, the morning low in the first hour. And you play off of that. So right now, we have moved so much that this is technically a range day. It's just a very, very large range day. In this application, obviously we're dropping. We're still in this little, trendish style of price action. But in terms of the application of the range, we're still just smack dab in the middle of the range. So if we do climb back up, we will have a lot of resistance at this area. If we drop back over, we'll have this to contend with. There's a bunch of different ways to play this. If we are trending up throughout the morning, let's say the first hour of the day we set the range and then we climb above it here. Any sell-off, I'm using the morning high to play the bounce. Conversely, if we're selling off below, then we set the morning low and then sell below it. When we come back up, I'm using that for another rejection area. That type of thing. It's always targets where the market sets the first hour price range, and you can play off of it. This channel's so helping me I can't even describe learning so much. Good, ST. Glad to hear that, buddy. That's 2 good messages I've gotten today. I got a DM today that made my morning. Made my morning. I love this channel almost as much as I love my OnlyFans streams. Hey, you just wait, man. I got a new OnlyFans video posting this weekend. It's going to blow your mind. It's where I do mukbang with Dan's pasta recipe. It's going to be amazing. absolutely nobody wants to see that. OnlyFans are for getting female action or guy. That is where people upload X-rated videos for monetary purposes, which, in my opinion, is one of the signs of a massive breakdown in society. But whatever. Completely joking. I definitely don't have an OnlyFans. We'll watch it. Love it. So we're right onside this target right here. A lot of back and forth here. If they recapture this, so far this does have the look to retest the high of the day, as long as it continues down this path. It is now 10:45. A couple of minutes left in the stream. Who caught that drop? We caught that drop. Can I? Oh, man. All we need is one more tariff tweet, and we're at 5,800, baby. I gave back a good bit of my profits today. What happened, Woot Loot? What'd you do? How do we get learning on that? I've got some videos on how to create macro levels. Yeah, and that's, of course, that is part of the Tier 2 subscription, is you get the macro levels every week. Looking at the SPY daily chart, what does that mean if we close green with another pretty large bottom wick? On February 3rd, we had to move down, bottom wick, and continued higher. Last 2 days, silver predators. All right, what was my thesis yesterday? Do you remember? My thesis yesterday was move up in the morning and then sell back off. We got it within 10 points of my swing put position entry, which was aggravating, but that's the way it is. Sell back off to retest the lower, which is what we've done this morning. Oh, you were out yesterday. Okay, so that was it. My thesis yesterday was a very red morning, followed by the buyers becoming to participate. If they got to my target, I was going to take a swing put because I thought they were going to roll back over. We got within 10 points of it. They rolled it all the way back over, and that gave us the double test of the lower price. Because that's the whole theme, is that if they are going to bounce it, they're not going to do it without a double bottom test. And today was that test. So today will determine whether or not I'm going to continue to place lower prices into 5,800, at least in the short term, or look for a move back to just some sort of moderate high price. If they close this with a very aggressive bottom wick back up into the 6,000 above, then I may consider beginning to shift my bias temporarily to some short-term bullishness. Trump announces the tariff on Canada and Mexico will go into effect Tuesday if the drug flow is not seriously limited. China will likewise be charged an additional 10%. Beautiful. First mistake was so dumb. Had to call up when I meant to buy a put. Get back into a put position to buy and hope for more. It happens, man. I've done the same thing. Shake it off. You've had a great week. You're welcome. You're welcome. What does SVP, Session Volume Profile? The yellow line is the SVP POC. Sounds like an us problem. I think there's responsibility on both sides of the tape, definitely. There's a supply problem and a demand problem. definitely. A guns problem. What's up, Lex? How you doing? If you had one more X in your name, I would be suspicious of you. But what's happening? SPY monthly close will be interesting. It will. Yeah, so the monthly chart looks terrible. Very, very bearish. Legalize it and regulate it. Supply-demand problem solved. As far as the fallout, let's inform adults make their bad decisions. Woo. My libertarian inside me agrees with you. For live Q&A voice with live Q&A with voice enable, are we planning that, or how to get access to that? Some people have. You talking about like where you have the voice enabled, where you can like speak questions? I used to do that with tier 2 every now and then, but no one really talks, so I stopped doing it. We tried it in the open chat at the very beginning of the server, and that was a dumpster fire. Everybody was talking over each other and whatnot. I may have to do some sort of queue thing, like where I just like, it's your turn to ask a question, I am you ask a question, that type of thing. I mean, I would be okay with that. OM sounds like financially responsible. I sound like Shane Gillis, do I? I wish I had his sense of humor. He's got a great sense of humor. Do I think there will be a move up to all-time highs? No, I don't. No, I don't. I think that, well, I don't know. I don't want to go so far to say no. I would say if we do go to new all-time highs, it won't it won't be very much beyond that. I think the big blast-off green move is pretty much done for the foreseeable future, for the post-coronavirus recovery. Now, the exception to that, which that is my thesis, the exception to that is that all the things that are being changed right now start to actually work. I know there's a lot of people that are, whatever, I don't want to get in a political debate, but if all this stuff starts to work in favor of the economy growing, I think we could blast off into oblivion. However, despite that, I still think we are in much needed of a downside move. What do I think about China-Taiwan? I personally wish that we weren't so dependent on Taiwan that we need their semiconductor chips. I don't know. I don't want to get into a political discussion. I'm trying to do my best to get away from that. I think we talk too much about it, and that could lead to politics. But my view, when I read George Washington's farewell address to the country, which if you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. His farewell address, in a nutshell, pretty much says, and this was back in the 1700s, that the United States should not have any allies and should not have any enemies, because it puts us in stupid wars that we don't need to be in, and having enemies causes us to not have trade with countries that we probably should have trade with. And I've kind of thought about that ever since I read that years ago. So, I don't know. If China takes Taiwan, a lot of people are going to die, both in the United States front, the China front, and the Taiwan front, and North Korea and Russia probably too. So he also won against political parties. He absolutely did. He absolutely did. And too many people are dying for governments. A little bit of red coming back lower. We'll see what happens. No additional trades for me. 20, 30, it'll happen. Despite being a Buckeye, my great-great-great-great-grandfather was the first captain of the first Notre Dame football team. No kidding. That's pretty cool. Well, so far the market is just sticking to this range, which is the support resistance flip. So they're sticking to somewhere where they probably should be sticking. So that's good. It is respecting a certain area that it should. And now we just need to figure out where we're going from here. They've stopped buying calls. They're still selling some puts. But that's it. I'm going to mute for a second. I'll be back in about a minute or so. Okay, back. Should probably create some clips on small video analysis and what you share this video with Inscribed for Learning. Will be a good knowledge transfer. You can have videos private as well. This only enabled for your subscribers. Not sure if you have any thoughts there and just throwing it up. It's not a bad idea. I definitely need some sort of media like manager to produce a lot more content. Still rocking lower here, 59.63. Looking for it. Dropping. $59.64.50 still coming back over here. All right, we're going to start getting to the end phase here. So any questions you may have, let me know. Anything you want to talk about, we'll kind of go over what we saw this morning. Still waiting on that pre-market analysis content. Get on that. Heck yeah. Flights in Tawaska are pricey. Why, you coming to pay me a visit? I want to bust your kneecaps. I can become a meeting manager. Let's discuss salary. Let's do it. Italy was taken by Germany by the time America came. For some feet pics, you don't want pictures of my feet. Terrible. I still have my grandfather's Western Union, where he was captured by the Germans at the Battle of the Bulge. The Western Union letter to his parents, saying that we're sorry to inform you your son's been captured, assumed held by the Germans. And then I also have the telegram of when he was freed after they took over, when they took back the city. I also have his Nazi paraphernalia too, where he took it off his soldier's body, Nazi soldier. It's pretty crazy, man. It's history. It is pretty cool, man. You know, my family doesn't have very many cool things in its history, but that's one of them. It's pretty neat. This history. What I need is an OM volume indicator. The more excited he gets, the louder he is. Like one of those decimal readers you see at like hockey games or something. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Speaking of that, I did not see this move coming down. 1959.62. I've been out the last couple of weeks, so if you already talked about this, just disregard. But what are your thoughts of this gold bullion flowing into U.S. from UK? Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's something I need to read up on. I'm getting more in tune with the gold moves the past year. That's not something I've really tracked too much in my career. What caused this massive bounce and rocking it up? Volatility. You've had an aggressive, very aggressive move down the first half hour, and then liquidity just flowed back up. I mean, this is a 2022 style of session. This is what we experienced nearly every day in 22, so you got to get in tune with it. Is there a way to pull military records from my father? Yeah. I don't. Depending on the age and time, I mean, you'll have to do some digging. It won't be easy, but yeah, you can do it. It probably won't be fully complete either. It'll just be bits and pieces, but yeah, you could probably find out where he did basic training, where he was stationed and deployed, service records, stuff like that. Not sure what PCE will do tomorrow. Expecting much of the same. Do I not trade PM session all? Not really. I did a lot of PM trading up until about 2024, and then the days got so choppy. I didn't waste my time doing it. But 2025 may make a comeback for PM streams. We'll see. I need a shot collar for when I want to touch my stop losses. Looking at the 9 a.m. candle with a long wick at the 15-minute chart, I know where a long wick candle is located is more important than what color. But what if the candle was red instead of green? Would have made it bullish off the support area. How does the color actually matter? The color doesn't really matter at all. It's all about how it shapes based on how it moves. So I could care less if it's red or green. Doesn't matter. In fact, I read a great article the other day, which I don't necessarily disagree with. It said if you're still trading with red and green candles on your chart, you're wrong. Which I was like, oh, that must be a clickbait article. And it kind of went into the psychology of how the color of red affects our psyche and the color of green affects our psyche. But also that it doesn't matter. The red and green don't matter. It's just about how the candle operates. So the volume candles on the bottom and the price action candles that we look at, the color don't matter at all. Now, there is something to it. Like if you are someone who, let's say you are a bear, you're just a natural, you like to short, and the color green just like irritates you, then it may be in your best interest to change all your colors to kind of monochrome. Or just change them all the same color. So anything that can give you an edge will work. Another top wick here, so that's off of the POC. You'll still watching this? So we came up, hit the POC again after this support resistance flip. So zooming out, we have all of this activity. Support, dump it, come back up and retest this area. Now they're dropping and they're rejecting off of the POC. Now all of this is saying that all the activity is right here. And they're rejecting and come back down here, and we're going to test down to 59.30 if this fails lower. So keep an eye on this area if you're looking for an afternoon play. I would not trade too much in the middle day hours, but the afternoon has been providing some good opportunity. I tried to do all the same color and I did not like it. It's different. It takes a change. I'm a red-green colorblind. Lucky me. I was watching one Uber drive video. He did 0DT and got a millionaire. He also talked about using gray lines only. Is that the video that was on Reddit? I saw that video being passed around on Reddit. Topwick here. Can we do an afternoon stream also? I'd like to. The problem is my days are pretty jam-packed right now. It's hard for me to get back to do afternoon streams. But if the market is volatile enough, I will definitely consider it. Or what I can do is alternate morning streams versus afternoon streams. You know, we could do some morning, some afternoon, until I'm back in the seat full time, and we could do both of them. Mornings. How about just Catalyst days? Yeah. Yeah, that was the video I was talking about. Yeah. See, I don't know if that's clickbait or not. You know, I didn't watch that video, but I saw that he only trades 0DTE. I don't know if that's clickbait or not, because I don't trust anyone who only trades 0DTE, because you're not going to be successful long term only trading 0DTE. So there's either some sort of catch to that video, or he's full of crap. Cough, cough. Turn your head. What do we got? What we got? What we got? Pizza ovens. I don't need that. Thanks. Appreciate it. Actually, I do need that, but not that one. Tomorrow. I know this guy. You know him? Like, know him? Like, personally? He runs a small fund. He's legit. He shows us back to his platform. Nice. Well, good, good. I didn't watch the video myself, but, yeah. So tomorrow we have PCE at 8:30. Before the market opens, be aware. We have Chicago PMI 945. That appears to be it. But, you know, when Trump's president, we have Catalyst every day, baby. We have tweets. Love him or hate him, he makes trading fun. My take from all this video is I find what's working for you. Definitely. Is this a second bounce? We can confirm with volume. Well, not yet. For me, we have got to be able to get over the POC and hold for upside prices. And they're still rejecting it. Obviously, it's the price action still, 20-point range, this little micro range in the middle is not terrible, but it's unable to really accept into 6,007 just yet. So, you know, right now, as long as we remain under the POC, not to mention they are shifting some liquidity lower, CVD is still dropping, it's not a bad idea to look for a low of the day until we see something other. Remember, you need a change of character. You need the algorithms to tell you what's going on here. And so far, they're selling every rip right here. Right here. They're selling some calls. They're buying some puts. No, they're selling calls and puts right now. So both sides of the tape's being sold. Let's look at the trace. Dang. Hands numb again. Upside resistance is 5970 for SPX options. That's the call wall for today's action. 5970. Go enjoy a doobie with your tile, guys. Yeah. Play a little lowrider. Road. Road. I discovered about OM from one of the YouTube videos where we talked about EMA and RSI. The 91% video, yeah, that's the only video I've ever had that went like super viral. It's got almost 1 million views. That was like the first video I ever posted. Most of the people they interview on Tasty Traders just got really lucky and sold puts in a bull market, though. I saw a very good video on Tasty Trade of a physics professor from Boston U, and he only trades 0 DTE on CL futures, option spreads, and takes trades 3 days a week, and has been trading for 44 years. Nice. Huh, I'd like to watch it. Did I meet Hegseth? Not yet, but I'm trying to. He lives literally like 4 miles from my house, so. And he goes to my church. But I assume he's not going to be in town for a while, so I probably won't meet him for a while. Just changed my charts to monochrome. Going to try it. Have you ever used Market Profile TPO chart? I have not. I cannot believe that it's already almost March. It's crazy. Hasta luego, poder de parar. See you, Mike. I don't know what that says, but Hegseth lives in the Alaskan mountains. He does, Alaskan wilderness, yeah. I always see him down at the raccoon and beaver trap trade center. $5.71. Oh my gosh. $15-minute right here. Did I just accidentally shut that off? No, we're good. We're good. Smack dab in the middle of the range, man. Don't diddle in the middle. Hood Lexan wants a blast. Nice trap line you got there. It'd be a shame if ever happened to it. Love it. So we do have a 5-minute technical bounce on, VPA for little Monday morning quarterback. Highest volume candle of the day with a nice little structured bottom wick. Right near the weekly low on ES. A little bit above the weekly low. And then, of course, the good entry point would have been right here. That would have been the conservative entry. The aggressive entry is down here. The conservative entry is there. Market sells off first, and VN who's making money in the... Well, have you seen my graphic ST on the times to trade? It may have fluctuated a little bit in this environment, but if you haven't seen it, you need to. Here. Copy image. There you go. These are the times to trade right here. Now I made that in 2022. I'm sorry, and things were very volatile, so that's why I kind of made that. And you can kind of tailor that a little bit. From 1 p.m. till or 2 p.m. Eastern till market close, you can get some good moves if the market is acting like it's going to change up directions. You can get some good volatility moves. But other than that, the low confidence time is still applicable. The yellow zone, hands off. So anywhere between, I don't know, 11 a.m. and 1 p.m., that 2-hour block is hands off. That's when high frequency traders come along here. That's when things get choppy. That's when the shakeouts happen. That's what I recommend, kind of just hands off. Can we see the graphic too? I posted in the Discord. Can't give everything to y'all. Big green coming up. Can you give me baby? There you go. What's up, Much? High volume bottom with got support is A+ setup in my eyes. Yeah, 100%, buddy. 100%. Is this a good level to buy gold, in my opinion? Well, apparently it's always a good day to buy gold. $2,887. We've got a great target would be 28. Y'all can still see this, right? Yeah. 2850 right here would be a great target for a retest. These are no longer applicable. Those are my old targets from months ago. So this right here would be fantastic to come down, retest this level, and see if we could come up and reattack 2975. That's where I would look to buy. Because you see they're already starting to break these things right here. These wicks, all these wicks that are right here, the bottom wicks, they're already broken through those. So the microstructure is already starting to break. Now you need to test that the macrostructure was 2850 to buy. Obviously those aren't scalps because this is the daily chart, but yeah. Here's the daily chart on ES today. We have Doge, 2 Doges in a row. $6,000 up to the top. A couple more minutes and we're going to call it a day. No additional trades for me. Heavily buying calls and selling puts today, so the option chain is beginning to look more and more bullish. Another great day, OM. Another thanks again. Made some money and learned more. Beautiful Tennessee Vol fan. Great stuff. You're very welcome. Thanks for being here. Any good gold stocks? Not really that I'm familiar with. I've never really been a big gold trader or precious metals trader for that matter. That was a great video, Trippy Mike. I actually did a Twitter reference to that video a couple weeks ago. The Epstein files have been released. Oh man, you made me excited there for a second. It's just a redacted joke. Yeah. Everything you need to know about government corruption can be summarized in the fact that we still haven't seen the Epstein list yet. No reason not to release that immediately. Copper's better than gold? Clearance. What's on clearance here? $6,005. Here comes the green. have to call the lumber yard and get all my trim delivered. So reattacking 6,000. If you remember, 6,000 had a crap ton of orders this morning. We had two different opportunities to absorb 1,300 orders, 1,200 orders. So yeah, if this thing comes back up and closes in the 60-20 area, that'll be an aggressive bottom wick, which will look like the fact that we're getting ready to go back up to the upper 6,000s into 6,100. So today's close will be very important, and I will do some analysis on the daily chart when we close today. 5986. When you say daily chart, does that mean only for a single day, not going back? All right. Look at the. I'm going to change my Discord back over. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Change windows. Yes, option chain. There we go. All right. So this is the 5-minute scale. If you click on the 1-year scale right here, so every single candle is 1 day. When you click on the 1 year, which equates to 1 day, equivals 1 day. There you go. So you see up here it says 1 day, D for day. Down here, you can click on the 1 year selection. You see the 1Y down there. I can't get to it, but 1Y. So that tells you that this is the daily chart, and every single candle is 1 day. This is what I mean when I say daily chart. Every volume's a day, every price action day, and this allows me to figure out what the overall theme is of the market. I start my day every single day on the daily chart with nothing on it except the volume profile. That's it. This is how it looks when I do my morning analysis. No macro lines, no EMAs, no nothing except volume profile. So you see here, I mean, look at them defending this lower range. Not only do we have wick, but we've got this volume shelf. So once this gets taken out, look at the lack of volume going down to 56.56. We're going to drop on the macro scale right to this target. It will be the next target on the macro scale. It's very, very important to do your analysis on the daily chart. All right, we are going to call that a day. Any final parting shots before we wrap it up? Pretty awesome morning. Caught a whole bunch of that move down. Haven't taken a trade since, although there's plenty of opportunity to go long. So if you did both, if you did some of that, if you did only the upside, good on you. But that's how I did it. We have one more day to the week, uno mas. One more day into the month as well. We are 1/6 of the way done with 2025. How is your year going so far? Are you 1/6 of a way closer to your goal? Or are you 5/6 away from failure? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Hope you have a good rest of the day. Let me know if you have any questions. I will see you tomorrow. I'm out. See you.